Good morning, Aries. How are you? Today is May 13th. I'm here to do your reading for the week, and I have my computer here because I want to show you the chart for what's going on right now so you can understand why everyone has been in a really bad mood for the last week or so. The astrology for the week has a couple of very interesting big shifts. First of all, we have Mercury going direct tomorrow. So remember, there's always like travel chaos, communications chaos around that time. So if you can avoid traveling on the 14th, try and do so. On the 16th, Jupiter moves into Taurus, which will bode very well for our money and value, things that we value. And then on Saturday, the 20th, Mars moves into Leo, which we will appreciate so much. Like for us in particular, it'll be a huge change of energy. But let me just show you this so you can see what's going on. So this is the Taurus house right here, or the Taurus sign. You can see that there's tons of energy, right? There's the sun, there's Uranus, there's Mercury, there's the North Node, and Jupiter will soon be moving into there. Now, that's called a stellium because there's lots of multiple planets, more than 3 planets in the sign. And the issue with that is that Venus rules Taurus. And Venus moved into Cancer. So what does that mean? Taurus, which can be loving, yeah, I divorced a Taurus, so I have a hard time saying that. But Taurus can be sensual, peaceful. They don't like conflict. They don't, they like peace and they like things to be peaceful. And they don't like too much nervous energy. Venus in Cancer is going to be up and down, right? And so actually the moon is ruling both Venus and Mars. So we have Venus and Mars in Cancer. So that means that like the male and the female energies are both, in Italian we say lunatic, because they follow the moon. And so you can, wake up and just feel really grumpy, or, just the slightest thing can switch you off. So feeling very lunar in these last few days. And Taurus can also be like really all the great, and I put that in quotes, obviously sarcastic quotes, the great fascists were Taurus. So it can be very militant. And so when you have this militant energy, unflexible, it's a fixed earth sign. So it's the least open to change, let's say, responding to a grumpy, cranky energy, that's going to make everybody start acting hella weird. And then Mars being in there means that we're also going to want to fight. And since we're Aries and Mars is our ruling planet, with the Mars in Cancer, which squares our home sign, right? It's going to feel very uncomfortable. So that's kind of why everybody's been really pissy. Of course, this is happening around the eclipses on top of that. And I would say everyone I know, like even some of the most level-headed, peaceful people are like, they're like, I'm 1 second away from snapping. So if that, let me see what that was. Wisdom. Yes. Hold on, let me fix the light here. So if you have been very hard to deal with, or people around you have been hard to deal with, you've been grumpy, don't want to talk to anybody, it's not you, it's the energy. Things will get better after next weekend, after the 21st. Okay, so this card here, the energy for this week is diligence. And let's take a look at what that says. It says, there are times in life to step forward and take risks, but then there are other times to be patient. Step carefully and slowly and know that the benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is very much about like, do your work now, play the long game. I know many of us may have been the energy has been very stagnant, right? And you can kind of feel like you're banging your head against the wall and you can't get anything done. That is on purpose, because especially in this moment, with Mercury being retrograde, it's been about receiving the information that we need to be able to put pieces in place for a big upgrade, which is going to happen over the course of this year, right? So this says, your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is the time for deliberate organization, clean house, clear clutter out of your life. Be thoughtful about how you spend your time and be discerning when choosing whom you spend it with. Clear out relationships that do not support you. Now, another thing that I want to say is, and I have like I don't want to tell a long story here because you guys just want the cards, but we can sometimes make a level up, but not have the wiring that we need to be in place for that level up, right? And right now, this retrograde has really been about getting your ducks in a row, doing the things that you were supposed to take care of but didn't take care of, realizing like where maybe you skipped a step or didn't do a full deep dive. It's like, oh, I'm going to go, live in that country, but then I didn't research any of the visa issues or stuff like that. So really about preparing, using this Taurus stillness, this Mercury in retrograde, to make sure that everything that you need to have done is done in the best way possible, so that when it's time to fly, you're ready and things don't happen. So let's get the challenge energy for the week. Okay, healing. And this is the King of Cups, right? So very much about aligning head, heart, energy, pulling yourself into oneness. And also I would say also like working on emotional intelligence. Like I said, this energy has been really testing us, especially on our patience, right? Like you could have popped off at people or just responded badly. I had a couple of times where I was like, when you need to say what you need to say, I would never say don't say what you need to say, but there's a way to say it that comes from a place of emotional intelligence and power, where you get to state what it is that you need and what you will not tolerate without having to like be hysterical. I had several moments this week when someone was just way out of line and I had to compose myself, like bring yourself into alignment and put it in the proper words as opposed to just like, so you may have a hard time doing that. Please try. Let's get the overall lesson for the week for the Aries. Okay. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, so we have two messages here. As one is about going for it, and one is about keeping your heart open, which is interesting because this kind of, and the new moon in Aries and then the moon in Libra, right? So like trying to bring things into balance, doing, I would say not giving up, because sometimes, if you have an obstacle, you can say like, okay, this isn't for me. And there are times when it is the right thing to walk away. But really the energy now is about making sure that your plan, your path, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or you want to take a step towards, it is grounded, is sensible, that you have a plan, that it's, there's a song I said that I think it might be Taylor Swift. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So this is really about that, but not about necessarily closing off to what it is that you want. Like, it's not a no from the universe. If it's a no, you'll know because it will have taken it away. It may just be like, if, like, yes, if. But this go for it here at the bottom says, you know, that there's something that you really want, right? And this is talking about bringing things into alignment, that you can go for what it is that you really want. First, you have to understand what it is, and then you have to make a grounded plan. But then also be open to receiving it, right? Because sometimes our own energy of pessimism, negative thinking, self-sabotage can get in the way, you know, and that may include like saying the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time, knowing that everyone right now is kind of in like a wonky state. So to be the grown up in the room, but not to, like, don't close yourself off yet, or don't determine that this is impossible or this isn't for me just yet. Keep your heart open. Yeah, because 10 of Pentacles. Right there. Very nice. Now, remember, I said this last week that there's all this crazy ass energy, but it's for a good cause at the end of the day. And so you have to, this one here, this keep your heart open and go for it. It's like, it's very encouraging despite what you may be feeling right now. Queen of Swords, being discerning, doing that diligence. Have you thought things through? Are you looking objectively? Head and heart aligned. One more card, please. Okay, and then Two of Wands. So, you know, again, this is the dream right here, right? Like, here's what I want. Here's what makes me happy. Let me put these in order. Do I have a plan for it? Am I thinking about this realistically? Am I coming from an emotional space or from a logical space? And what are my options and what's going to make me happier? Right? And as you can see, there's not a lot of movement here in these cards. This is definitely the dream. These two pieces here, you know, what is possible for us. And then this is the work in doing it, the diligence and the keeping your heart open, that just because you haven't seen it come in yet. Remember, the next card here is the Three of Wands. So here he makes the decision, and then the Three of Wands is waiting for it to come in. And that's what this keeping your heart open is for. This is not the time necessarily to walk away from something unless you've already cut it out, right? This is you making that decision of, okay, I know this is what I want. I know this is good for me. So this is what I'm going to do. And then waiting for things to play out. So let's get some advice from Mercury here on his last day of retrograde. Some final words from Mercury. Okay, shooting stars and confirmation. This is always a great card to get, right? This is also like the waiting for a sign here, you know, and here it comes. So the shooting star says, this is a magical moment. And you know, this one reminds me of this also, right? I think I held this up before, but you see they're in the same body position here, being open. And also this card here talking about being open, getting your heart, your head, your heart, and your energy into alignment and being open to receive. The universe is poised to respond to your wishes, and this card has turned up to confirm that it is so. You've felt this for a while, but haven't fully allowed yourself to believe it, right? This is also like, watch those pessimistic thoughts. If you've done the due diligence, right, and done the work the way to the best, Like if you phoned it in and tried to make shortcuts, that's not going to work. If you've done the work, you've done the hard work, just stay open for it to come. It's not here yet. So it's time that you trust your feelings and know that all is perfectly fine. In fact, it's better than fine. You're truly blessed with heightened manifestation abilities right now. So take this opportunity to bring about all that you desire. Ride this shooting star through the cosmos. Fill up on mystical stardust and know that whatever you wish for at this time will be granted. And it says, upon a star, my wishes soar of magic, love, and even more. For now, my dreams will truly grow. I know this, for this card tells me so. Funny. Other divinatory meanings, your focus and positivity, right? That's a nice mix there. Bring you good fortune. All you've hoped for is about to be realized. Keep your thoughts positive, for your manifestation abilities are strong and can turn the outcome either way. Be careful what you wish for, though, it says. Now, I just want to check one more thing here that I forgot to mention, I think. Yes, on the 19th this week, there is a new moon in Taurus. It's going to be in our second solar house, right? So if you're looking for money, value, increase in value, that is a very good moon to do a ritual on. So don't let that, like the double new moon in Aries allowed us to put the wishes into place. The new moon in Taurus will help you put the value into place, right? Like putting a price on that. All right, let's get one last piece of advice from the goddesses for the week. Okay. Love that. Scald the future. I actually got this card myself this week. This is an 11. Let's read what this says. So you see what I'm saying? Like, even despite the energy, the outcome is good. And what's really been happening has kind of been like, humans will only change when they're pushed to their breaking point. And so this past week, and so a little bit beyond, and what's coming up is an energetic pushing you to a breaking point to get you to make decisions, to get you to put things into place, to get you to walk away from stuff, or to get you to walk towards stuff. As you set your intentions for the life you desire, the Norse goddess Skuld comes to show you glimpses of your future. You experience these magical journey markers as flashes of insight and moments of inspiration, right? Mercury sending you messages, sending you confirmations. It may seem like, like the shooting star, the wishes, like little confirmations like that, right? Look for those, pay attention for those. Like an echo of something that exists in another dimension. It's fun when things turn out exactly as you predicted. But remember that the essence of your intention means more than its form. The goddess Skuld, who rules the destiny of gods and men, says remaining true to the moment is your greatest power. Allowing the self to evolve as you go and discovering new things today sets the path for destiny to unfold. So you may have had some sort of insight or something during this Mercury retrograde period that, like, I know I want to be in this profession, but maybe this way is my fastest way to get in there. Maybe my original plan was too long or isn't going to make it happen. I may have to do this other detour, but that'll be a smart, clever, some sort of information that helps you achieve it, but makes you think that there may be a different path to getting to where you want to. Okay, so the power of the present and how you respond to life's potential is the potent, fertile seed of the future. In order to claim the future, you must attend to the now, right? So if you're not putting the pieces in order right now, today, nothing can come of it. So in order to, I just said that, even then, nothing is guaranteed and everything is infused with magic. So I think also the keeping yourself open here right, is to not hold on too tight to a very specific vision of how your abundance or how whatever intention you set out to the universe comes to you, right? Don't give it a, it doesn't have to have like a precise first name and last name. It can be the description of what it is that you're looking for, and then that's staying more open to an alternative to what you asked for coming to you, right? If you're like so fixed on like, no, I want exactly that, only that single thing, then that makes it harder for the universe to give you what you want. So stating an intention that leaves room, stating an intention and doing the work to make sure that intention has ability to grow on a 3D level, right? Like saying I want to be a millionaire and then not working that's not how manifestation works. You have to co-create with the universe. I put the intention, I want to be a millionaire, and here are the 10 things that I'm doing to make that happen. But like how I am going to achieve that, I'm being open and flexible. Right? So that's kind of what's going on, but you should get some sort of confirmation here, right? Like the sign that you've been waiting for. Looks like it might be coming in. It may even just be, remember shooting star, it may just be a glimpse for the time being, but it's enough that you need to keep moving forward, right? It's a confirmation in this moment of total stillness and stagnance, again, which is done on purpose to force you energetically into, a polarized decision. It may not be the whole package, but it will give you a glimpse that you need, to know that of these 10 pentacles, maybe one is already on its way. Okay. Hope this was helpful. See you next week. Have a great week. Take care.